I'm going to try to show the picture of this trigger on this particular model, the actual trigger. So let's see if I can do this. So here we got my finger on the trigger. I'm going to get it in the frame properly, and I'm going to squeeze it. Gotta take the safety off. Okay, here we go. Ready? A little bit of travel. She stops and she fires. Let's do it one more time. I don't know if the other rifles are like this. All I know is this early 90 model with the barrel shaped trigger block. Let's see, I have to do it this way so you can see the trigger. How's that? This is a little tricky. Okay, let me get my hand out of the way. Are very nothing but a ton of play for travel. Okay, ready? Safety off. Here we go. Travel, stop, and fire. I like it. So that will go with the pictures that I'll put up. But let's see, we had the 7 grain and the 8.64 grain pellets. We are back up to par. Originally this came into the shop and I put a piston on it, piston seal, that wound up failing. So it came back to the shop, and that's a long story. I don't want to get into it on tape. And basically we had we got a new vac seal on there now for 26 millimeters, and there's what we're getting out of 7 grains. We're getting this, and 8.64 grains we're getting that. So that's pretty good. And while I was back here, because it was already tuned, I couldn't stand this trigger. The whole thing with this particular rifle is the travel was just forever and forever, and then no matter what you did to as far as adjustment, you couldn't get anything out of it. So now I got a little video at least showing the trigger now. I have another R11 that's mine, and I haven't really done anything to it but test fire it since I bought it. So I'm not even sure what that trigger's like, but I'm pretty sure from what I hear that people say they can adjust their triggers to get their Rekord trigger nice. If that's the case, well, that's great. But all I know is this had a lot of travel. A friend of mine has one of these rifles, so he's going to be glad that he'll be able to mod it the way I did. And what it did is suck up all the travel, but it also adjusts the sear. But it has no choice because it pushes the trigger back a little bit, and it pushes the sear back. So the sears, instead of having a lot of engagement, are closer to the edge where they're closer to firing. So you have to find the right bit of step up, and you have to do it. Then you put it in, test it, take it back out, and grind some down until you find the right height of the buildup for the mod. And if you don't like the mod, you can always turn around, heat it up, and wipe it smooth and flush with the rest of that steel piece. But this is the solder I used. And I've had this laying around, and it says here a silver Baron alloy, but the thing behind that was I used, let's see, it's over here. I've used this flux. It's a metal cleaner for soldering. It was basically from the hardware store. Ace Hardware had it. And originally I bought this stuff, but this had too much of a lead It said 60% lead, so it was an afterthought. After I bought that, I was like, I don't want any lead in that. I want that much better surface material where it's not going to wear away. And all it is the buildup is pushing the trigger back a little bit, but at the same time, mostly what it's doing is pushing the sear away. Almost as if you were adjusting it with the Allen screw, but now you're not. You've got a little hump, and the hump is pushing it back further away. So it does change the way you can adjust the trigger, but at the same time, it gives you a better trigger. So the height of that and what you make it is what you're going to get out of it. So you have to play around with the height of that hump that you put on your little piece. Well, anyway, I'm going to kill this video, and the rest will be up with pictures. So if anybody has a rifle like that, now you know what you can do to get the trigger better. Okay, take care.